Welcome to YouTube channel. My name is Richard Nwaje. Yeah, full of the biggest sporting stories around the Super Eagles and the Super Falcons. All the stories that you really need to follow up with. We're always there to make sure we keep you updated. All right, now something very interesting happened to the a day ago. Yeah, something very interesting where many will call these Esther Okoronkwo's force major interview since after the WFCON, where she had the interview with Channels TV in Nigeria. And I had to monitor the interview to keep you updated on what she said, because it was very inspirational listening to her, and she said some very, very interesting things, which I would recap and I pick out 8 things she said in that very, very important interview she had with Okon Akpan of Channels TV, and also Cecilia Omorige of Channels TV, where we'll look at highlight 8 points and she spoke about there, and talk about those 8 points, what she said. What do you think about that? Let's talk about those 8 beautiful points from the interview. We monitored that Esther Okoronkwo, I call her the incoming African best player, had with Channels TV 2 days ago. Yeah, 2 days ago. There's those what she said in that particular interview. Now let's talk about the first point. The 8 points. The first point was that she was depressed during she went through her injury crisis. Now, Esther Okoronkwo spoke about her injury crisis, where she spoke about the fact that she went to depression. Don't forget, Esther Okoronkwo had battled injuries, where she has had series of hamstring injuries. Now, she spoke about the fact that those injuries led her into real depression, where she got so sad and got tired of life. That sounds so deep, yeah. But she said she got depressed, and that was the first point we took around the fact where they asked her about how did she cope when she had those long-term injury that kept her out of football for more than a year, and for her this led her into depression. Now, she also spoke about the last World Cup that hosted in Australia and New Zealand, where Esther Okoronkwo spoke on the fact that she felt that Nigeria would have won that World Cup. Super Falcons got knocked out by England in that penalty shootout. And for Esther Okoronkwo, she said if not for England knocking them out, and it was a game for anybody because it was penalty shootout, they would have won that particular World Cup. And she believes that the next World Cup they will definitely be there to see if they can win it. And she spoke also something very, very special around the fact that when she was playing at the WFCON final, and they had the whole boo and about what happened at the WFCON finals, where she retweeted 2 points out of that, and we'll take one of those points where she spoke around the fact that with the whole crowd and everything and the whole booing in the stadium, for her she had a different spirit. According to her, what gave her that comeback spirit was the fact that she had that different spirit that things would happen. Well, for her, when they asked her about the spirit, really spirit of confidence was what she had, and she believed that no matter what happened, they were going to win that particular game. Now, the question they asked her again was about when she had to play that penalty, and according to her, she said what was going through her mind. For her, she said nothing. She was not full of any fear or whatever. She just knew that she had to score. According to her, she believed she had to score no matter what happened, and that's a goal. That penalty must be a goal, and she scored the goal, yeah. And that was the beginning of Nigeria's comeback against Morocco in that particular final. And on that point, she spoke about again is we will not hear the coach. That was talking about with the whole booing. They could not hear the coach. Yeah, what happened in the finals against Morocco? Everybody was on his own world playing that particular game. So also asked about African football, and according to her, African football have really improved, and for her, no team should be looked down on in Africa again. I don't forget Super Falcons had a draw with Benin and Bekota, and for her, she believes that every team in Africa is now a big threat, and everybody definitely can just can defeat you. And this is what Esther Okoronkwo spoke about when it had to do with African football and its development. And another question was, they asked another very beautiful question around her nomination around the Women's African Player of the Year. For her, she's very, very happy and excited as she recapped with that particular video where she was dancing and celebrating. For her, that shows how happy she was when she got that nomination. And for her, she believes, come on, this was the beginning of greater things to come for me. And she believes that she will definitely maybe clinch that award come when the award holds in Morocco. And the final point I picked out was, when they asked her about the WFCON in Morocco next year, she believes that the Super Falcons will definitely win the 11th time. She believes that the Super Falcons are in high spirits and definitely they are going to Morocco to win the WFCON. Don't forget, Super Falcons qualified for the WFCON after they defeated Benin 2-0 in Lumia. Kema had a draw in Bekota with a 1-1 draw. Now she believes that they are going to win the title after winning the 10th one in Morocco this year, and they believe that she would win it or they will win it next year in Morocco. So these are the key points I picked out from Esther Okoronkwo's interview with Channels TV. She was depressed. Yeah, so sad. She was depressed when she had that long-term injury. We almost won the World Cup, but yeah, she believed that they almost won the World Cup when they went against England. And according to her, in the game against Morocco, they had a different spirits. That was why they were able to, come back from 2 goals down to win that particular match. She spoke about her penalty where she had to play that penalty that led to the comeback. According to her, she knew she had to score. And she also spoke about the crowd making so much noise. And according to her, we could not yell our coach. Everybody played on his own. Yeah. Can you remember the less light and everything? This is what she's speaking about. And she spoke about Africa's football, which has improved. According to her, Africa's football have moved to the next level. And African Best Player, I was very happy that I was nominated. That is from Esther Okoronkwo. And she believed the Super Falcons would win the 11th WFCON in Morocco. All right, that's all we have on today's episode about that interview. If you missed the interview, this is what she spoke about in that very, very interesting interview. Don't forget to subscribe. Let's have a notification button on and comment. Tell me something special about Esther Okoronkwo. What do you like about her? See you in the next episode. My name is Richard Onwa G.